U.S. and Iranian negotiators reaching an agreement on a 60-day ceasefire extension pending President Trump's final approval. But even as diplomacy moves forward, a high seas black market is keeping Iran afloat despite economic and military pressure. Hundreds of tankers, known as the Shadow Fleet, continue helping Iran move billions of dollars in oil through covert ship-to-ship transfers, largely into China and largely beyond the reach of U.S. sanctions.
Nearly 1.5 million oil barrels travels through the network from Iran to China, and the fleet is secretly transporting between other countries like Russia and Venezuela. The Trump administration is trying to crack down on the Shadow Fleet, but some experts remain skeptical about how quickly the trade can be stopped. Joining us now to discuss this is former Deputy National Security Advisor and Heritage Foundation Vice President of National Security, Victoria Coates. Victoria, thank you so much for joining us. This according to a really interesting Wall Street Journal report that came out yesterday. How much of a boom is this to the Iranian economy, and how can the United States prevent this shadow fleet from, going around our sanctions?
Well, good morning, Carly. Good to be with you. I mean, this is a really important report. And what's also important, though, is that the Treasury Department is getting after it. We have new sanctions that have been announced under our Rewards for Justice program. Treasury is offering $15 million to anyone who gives them more information on this so we can disrupt it. And right now, $15 million is a lot of money in Iran. So I bet they're going to get some tipsters, especially with the internet starting to open up, calling them and telling them how to get after these ships. Also important that this network seems to be running through Hong Kong. So this is a Chinese-supported network. This is where China's continuing to try to access its low-priced oil out of Iran. And clearly, President Trump is signaling he's not going to let that happen.
That said, despite what you just said about sanctions, one expert is telling the Wall Street Journal that disrupting this shadow fleet would require sustained military and economic pressure far beyond traditional sanctions, arguing, quote, to truly rein in the fleet, though, the U.S. would likely need to maintain a warlike footing against the ships indefinitely, keeping its blockade on Iranian ports, using military assets to intercept shadow fleet ships, and intensifying pressure on China. An expert adding, even if the Strait of Hormuz doesn't reopen, Iran will likely be receiving money for its oil on the water until October. So, Victoria, to me, that begs the question, do we have the capacity to do that? We've done tons of stories where we do not have the number of Navy vessels that we used to. We're trying to build more, but we don't have that capacity right now. And many of what we do have are active in the Gulf. So can we reposition these closer to China to do what that expert says?
No, I think we can. And you make a really important point, though, Todd, which is that we do have to get after rebuilding our Navy. That's why the president's $1.5 trillion historic request for a Department of War budget is so important, and we will increase that capacity. But for the time being, we have a just hugely superior Navy to the Iranian Navy, which is, as the president says, at the bottom of the ocean. Let alone the Chinese Navy, which is nowhere near the Gulf. They don't have that ability to project power. So if we want to do this, if we want to get after these ships, which are old, they're not properly maintained, and they're certainly not properly insured or flagged, we can certainly do that. But bear in mind, even if the Iranians continue to export, which is, in the grand scheme of things, a fairly small amount of oil, the rest of their economy is so thoroughly undermined and just weakened, and this isn't going to save them, is the point. They have to get sanctions relief from the United States, which means they have to agree to the points that the president has demanded from them. And I think that's what's going to come out of this 60-day negotiation period.
Yeah, that's a great point, as all of this still remains deeply in flux. Victoria Coates, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.